Hello and welcome to my February's TBRvatar. If you're new, TBRvatar is a monthly TBR game where I created a board game and included Avatar: The Last Airbender elements in it because big fan. Just a bit of extra motivation for me to achieve something in life. I already had 3 rounds. This is the 4-month. Is it? Yeah, this is gonna be a 4-month that I'm playing, and this time I might actually reach the point where I can master the avatar state, meaning that I can then buy some books. That is my reward for myself. As soon as I reach the avatar state, that is when I stop rolling. If I do throughout the month have time to read more books than I need, which by the way that I'm standing there, I think I'm like 13 or so, 17. Enough tiles away that depending on the spins, I might still need the 5 prompts, but if I need less, then that's great, especially because it's February. Oh, it's my February TBRvatar. Hello, welcome to my January TBRvatar. It's a shorter month and we're already little bits in it. So it would actually be okay if I didn't need all of the prompts this month. How did I do in January? Not the best, but not the worst, I feel. I don't think I've ever actually read all of the prompts yet. I'm not quite sure. I did okay considering January ended up kicking my ass. It was a really hard month, so I'm not mad at myself. First one was The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and this did not give me an extra spin because it was a fire sign. I speak more about these books and what I thought about them in my vlog, so I'm not gonna go too much into it, but this one ended up being 4 stars. I really enjoy the themes. I think I just really enjoy books about human experience, and this to me is where it focused on, even though it is quite a lyrical writing. That didn't bother me for the most part. There was one thing in particular that quite bugged me. That and a little bit of pacing issues on my part, I think is where I got 4 stars, but this is about a girl who makes a deal with a god that answers after dark, and the deal is that she can live forever, however nobody is going to remember her. Overall, very, very enjoyable. Then I read the comic Blackbird, again really enjoyable. I gave it a low 4 star, and this one was water, so it does actually give me an extra spin, so I'll be keeping this card nearby. But this is an urban fantasy comic set in Hollywood where a girl actually remembers something from her childhood and everyone else tells her that she's crazy and that those creatures are paragons, basically people with powers that are hiding from the plain sight, and she kind of gets involved with that. Then we had the clouds prompt. So initially I wanted to read this, but I did say in the video that my fallback is Rat Queens, which is what I went for. This one was air, so it doesn't quite qualify for an extra spin. Again, it was enjoyable. I gave this one a 3, but it's a little bit because this is a series and I feel like we left off at a point in volume 3 where this really didn't deliver going from there. It just kind of disregarded a lot of things. It's probably a little bit more jarring and not as continuous from the previous ones, which I think this is like a soft reboot that they did here as well, so I think maybe a couple of things changed, but I ended up still quite enjoying it. It's very fun. This is definitely an adult comic with a lot of humor that's very juvenile, however, with, you know, like where the punchline is shape of a genital. But I am not above that, so here I am enjoying it. And then the 4th read that I completed was The Golden Sun. This is a continuation to Red Rising, the 2nd book in the series. So I fell in love with Red Rising really strongly, and upon starting this I realized that maybe it was one of those cases where I very much started it at the right time for me. It gave me what I was possibly looking for in that particular moment, and if I read it in any other moment, maybe I would have enjoyed it a little bit less. I think because I sped through 3/4 of Red Rising just being really into it, I didn't notice some of the things that kind of bugged me in here. The angst was a little bit much. The beginning was overall very disconnecting. I didn't feel like I was invested, and I really craved more character development. Even though this is a way more plot-driven book, I just wanted a little bit more interaction between some characters so we would get a bit more attached. I wanted clarity for our main plan and goal. And I only feel like I received it at the very end. I cannot believe that I'll say it, but I feel like I actually wanted 1 or 2 less plot twists, because from the middle onwards you just had plot twist, plot twist, plot twist, to the point, and all of them were in a very similar category. So by the third one, I think I just kind of started to expect it, and so it lost that shock value, if you know what I mean. The main thing that bugged me from Red Rising is the way that women were described. I don't think that this improved very much on that. I still though enjoyed it. I think I was just more so disappointed because of my high expectations, so it's not entirely fair for me to just be so disappointed in it, because it still scored 4 stars. Granted, it was the lowest 4 stars you can have, which is a 7.0 on Copile, but it was still 4 stars, so I'm still definitely continuing with the series. Disappointing feeling is coming from the overall, this is gonna be my next favorite series. Now I don't necessarily think that, but I'm still excited to see what the third one has in store. I do remember a couple of comments where you guys said that you also enjoyed the second one a bit less, but then you really love the third one, so I'm just finger crossed that that's my case. And this one doesn't, oh, I can hear you. And the prompt for that did not offer a respin. And the last one that I sadly didn't get to read was Brain on Fire. I was especially hyped after all of the comments that you guys left from the previous one. I just really wanted an audiobook, and I know people keep saying that there is an audiobook. There isn't for UK. Some of the titles on Audible and other audiobook platforms are limited to specific countries. I think they need to get a separate license for each country. I couldn't find it, which was a little bit sad because I did really want to have an audiobook of this one, just because I knew my physical reading is gonna take a lot of time. However, I still really want to read it, so I perhaps maybe will include this in February's one. I have a chunker that I want to include in the February one, so I don't know how that will go, but I have 1 respin from all of these and I move up 3 tiles. So let's go to the board and see what's up, although I did hear Zeus just stealing my figurine, so the board. So Logan's here and I am here. So I move up 3. 1, 2, 3. Just a normal tile. And then I have 15, 16, 17 to get to the avatar state. So I think without further ado, let's just get spinning. 7. We want a 7, so then we can spin again. How do I? Okay. 5. I could use this, but I kind of want to save it because this could send me all the way back, and if I step on that, that would be bad. So maybe just let's play it smart. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. Okay, let's shuffle. So this deck currently does not hold any of the January prompts from me or Logan, which I think is fine. We have plenty to go through either way, but they do have the previous ones. That looks long. Music night. Read something that's between 350 and 370 pages while listening to music. That's fine. By music, I definitely allow any type of background noise. So ambient rooms, even the fireplace crackling thing is fine too, if music is too hard for you. 350 and 370 pages is definitely not gonna fit the chunker that I mentioned before, however. Okay, Brain on Fire is shorter. So not a comic, sadly. Okay, I think I found something. The sign is fire, so that would be thriller or mystery. Ooh, okay. A couple of the thrillers that I wanted to read actually have fewer pages, but I did find one that I do want to get to, which is Take a Hint, Danny Brown. This is a contemporary romance, and it kind of follows the second sister in this Brown Sisters saga, and the first one was Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and I really enjoyed it. Not just because it had chronic pain representation, but also because it was just really kind of fun, but at the same time, not all cheery. And I think that's the kind of romance that I like. So I thought I'll go ahead and read the second one of that. It doesn't give me an extra spin, but I'm okay with it. We're gonna put this in on our reading list. So that is our prompt number 1. Okay, so 1, 2... 2 would be good still. Then that we don't have any particular request, just nothing like 1. If I do get a 1, I think I will respin. Okay. 8. Okay. 7! That's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Very nice. Oh, we're so close. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we get a 3, I'll cry. No, I will respin, but if I get a 3 and after respin I get a 3, then I'll cry. Ready? Ba Sing Se, a book from a finished series. I think that one could work. I think. I wouldn't get a respin on this one, but it could work. Just googling. Yes, I think it is. Okay. The Poppy War, the chonker I've been talking about. So this would technically need to be a contemporary, which is hilarious because I don't read contemporaries, but I already have a contemporary in the TBR. So why could it not have been otherwise? But also it wouldn't fit the prompt, so it's fine. We're fine. I didn't actually tell you what this is about. Danica Brown and also Zafir Ansari. Danny is a PhD student who is very ambitious in all career-driven spheres, but not very interested in romance. It's kind of... It says, been there, done that, burn the t-shirt. And Zafir, he is security guard, ex-rugby player. Danny actually would like to have like friends with benefits thing going on. And then there's a viral heroic rescue video that I think involving both of them, and Danny's plan is to fake a relationship publicly, but just have like a sex thing going on with him behind the scenes. But Zaf is secretly romantic and wants to kind of corrupt her with that kind of stuff. So you can probably guess how this is gonna go, but I'm actually really excited to read something a bit lighter, especially maybe alongside this, because I feel like from what I've heard, this is brutal. But also, if you know me, I like that, so it's not a bad thing whatsoever. With Poppy War, heavily themed around war, and I think it comes with a lot of trigger warnings. I'm not entirely sure. I think pretty much everything under the umbrella. Especially I hear chapter 21. I don't know what it is, but even I have heard that chapter 21 is quite brutal, especially because it is based on real events or inspired by that. We're following Rin, who is a student who is unlikely to pass into this very elite academy, however does, and then discovers, what was it said? Drug-fueled shamanic powers, because this is also heavily themed around the use of opium. I'm actually really excited to delve into this. This is actually our review read. I think the live stream is at the beginning of March, and also my Patreon Mooney read. But I'm actually really excited, and I'm ready for my heart to be broken and for me to feel lots of emotions. So here we go. But this one's big. 2 down. Let's go do the 3rd. Okay guys, this could be it. This could be it. Still have the get out of jail, hopefully free card. So we really don't want 3. The bigger the better. Let's spin and find out. Okay, deep breath. Why am I nervous? Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Stress. Do I respin with the possibility it'll still land on 3? Or do I go, but then have another spin? Actually, that's fine. Then I'll have 4 prompts, which is totally fine. Okay, so let's move right here. A giant stalking its prey. Okay, prompt number 3. Something gentle, please. Something super open. Oh god, that's... Turtle Duck, a book you think will be uplifting or comforting. Oh, I know what I can put in here. I had it nearby to see if I can squeeze it in here. Hear me out. So this is a different one. The comfort and uplifting from this book that I'm expecting is a little bit different from your normal uplifting, you know, maybe this is humorous, maybe this is fun stuff. However, I feel like this is something that could be comforting in a have a healthy cry, feel understood kind of way, from what I hear. But this bad boy, the boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse, that apparently has touched many a heart in this community, and I'm really wanting to be one of them. This is a beautiful, like, children's book, so this shouldn't take me too long to read, and I think that it's gonna be very soulful and very heartwarming, and I'm gonna say that it counts. This one doesn't have a respin option, so we're good on that front. So far, no respins for my next month, but I think that's the perfect smaller addition to my TBR. I actually am really excited about all of the books so far, so that's going pretty well. Okay, let's go graduate. Okay, so we're about to master the avatar state, and as soon as I step in there, I can start treating myself and have a haul. That's pretty exciting. I've been putting some suggestions for myself in the future aside, which is good because some of those books already made it back away from the list. So let's see, just for the funsies, how much we get. A5. Whoop. Yay! Celebrate good times. Yay! I finally reached it. Bonus of reaching the avatar state is that even if I fail reading all of these books somehow, like let's say that I did, I wouldn't go backwards. However, I wouldn't get a head start next month instead, you know? I also didn't quite think about what prompt would I get if I step into the avatar state. At first I was like, oh, maybe the cabbage pot because this is entertaining. But at the same time, cabbage pot, as much as I love it as a concept, is more a punishment than a reward because I get a random book that I might not be really in the mood for. And since February is already quite a short month, I'm a slow reader and I already have a book that's quite long. Maybe I'm gonna completely get into it and then be left with nothing to read for the rest of the month, in which case I'll just pick something up, you know, that's no biggie. But I think my reward for me for reaching it is just picking a book that I just want to pick. There are actually many books that I really want to read, but considering how the previous months went, I don't want to put any bigger books on my TBR, and I just kind of want this to be a gentle month. I would like it to be a gentle month, especially because I might get emotionally ruined. So I'm going to go with Ascender, another comic that I really want to read because this is a spin-off of Descender, which has 6 volumes that I have already finished and I loved. So Ascender is following this girl, or at least I think so. If you guys don't use the online version of the cards and want me to pick a 5th prompt for you, I will do that just now. Use it if you want, or just use the 4 prompts that I selected, but if you want something a bit more challenging, then I'll select this one for you. Oh, Zhao. Book written by an author whose name starts with a Z or an H. But yeah, that's it. This is the TBR. Actually so pumped for each of these books. It could not be more different from one another. We have an epic war fantasy, we have a contemporary romance, a children's / hit you in the feels book, and then we have a sci-fi opera comic book. Interesting pick. I'm actually really excited about this. Let me know what you're reading this month. I hope that it has started okay. If not, hope it gets a bit better. Also want to thank the Patreons who joined the Moon Watchers or Moon Messengers tiers during the month of January, and so February is their first official month. So I'd like to thank Shanice. I hope that's how you pronounce your name. I tried to Google, I hope. Then we have Marissa, Sarah, Monica, Cassie, and Claire. I hope you will enjoy the space. I hope to see you in the live streams and just chat to you on Patreon, on the Discord. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. And thank you for everyone for being excited about these TBRvatars. It makes me excited to upload them. As I said, January kicked my ass, so I'm really hoping that February is gonna be a little bit milder. Stay awesome, stay kind, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!